Now, me and Dan had always kept communication throughout the year, man, and it just so happened that we won a state title, and I think it was like the day after state.
Hey man, I'm gonna see y'all. I'm about to go play this playoff game. I'll be right back. Hold my beer. Welcome back to the OGs, a Playmaker original presented by DraftKings. Teddy, two gloves, Bridgewater.
This is personal. I've been waiting on this.
Before we get into the whole thing, I'm gonna let y'all reminisce about back in the crib.
Yeah, man. Like, listen, Teddy. Everybody understand the story when you got drafted.
Yeah.
Everybody understand you went to Louisville. Everybody understand you coached at your alma mater, which is also my father's alma mater and my mother's alma mater. Yeah. I'm the only one that ain't go there. My brother, my sister, everybody went to Northwestern but me. I played basketball. I had a different vision.
You're honorary bull.
I'm an honorary bull. Yeah. Ain't nobody got more pride than you. But this is what I want. I want people to understand just the history of Northwestern once, because we had TT on here and we talked about the track part. Mm-hmm. But I want people to understand the history of Northwestern because, you know, what you did and why you went back, it wasn't for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You made your money,
right.
You made your career, but people need to understand the history of Northwestern and where it all started for you and where you came from. We talking about the park. We talking about all these kids that we see every day
right.
because you, like myself, never separate yourself from the people. Mm-hmm. You ain't walking around with security.
Right.
You ain't got 50 people. You ain't telling the kids, nah, they can't come up to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So just talk about just your upbringing and where it all started, the game of football for you and how it all started.
Yeah, I started playing ball at Bunche Park.
Bunche Park.
Yeah.
Where Bunche Park at?
It's in like Opelika. It's a part of Opelika.
My cousin just went out there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Played at Bunche Park.
Yeah, and I played for Bunche Park all my years, man. I wasn't one of them kids who park hop, went to this park, that park. Like I stayed loyal to my park. And I had a coach who coached at Bunche Park, Coach Lee Jones. And he was a huge just component to me becoming an all-around athlete. Like, he didn't just let me play football. It was like, man, you could play baseball, you could play basketball, you could do everything. So, you know, he instilled that confidence in me. Then we had a coach who coached at Miami Northwestern when I was 9 years old, Coach AJ, Alex Snipes. And he would drive. So I grew up in Bunche Park, then we moved to the city. So I grew up in the city off 15th Ave from the time I was 9 years old all the way up until high school. And when I stayed in the city, Coach AJ used to come get me. Once he would leave practice at Miami Northwestern, he would come get me, take me to practice at Bunche Park. And it was just then, it was like those little seeds was being planted. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, man, Miami Northwestern, like you see those colors, you see the uniforms, you see the swag and all those things. And then growing up on 15th, you could hear the band practicing. You know, 15 live. So you could hear Miami Northwestern band practicing. You could hear the coaches blowing the whistles. And then you see guys walking home from practice after school and different things. And it's like, man, like, I can't wait till it's my turn. And you see how involved the community is in Miami Northwestern. Mm-hmm. And it's like, man, I just can't wait till I get my turn. And eventually my turn came as a player and then as a coach as well.
Hey, boy, you heard where you started playing at? Bunche Park.
Yeah, Bunche Park, man.
Started playing at Bunche Park.
What took you to Louisville?
Man.
That. Why you change your mind about going to Miami before we get to that? And that was a great decision, but I remember you changed your mind at the last minute. You chose Louisville over Miami.
That check.
Yeah.
Had that check.
He said it's crazy.
He had said he was going to Miami,
man. But like, I didn't get no money for going to school. You know,
Damn.
You know, it was some stuff that used to go on under the table back when I was coming out, but I didn't receive a dime to go to Louisville. It was just like.
Some of the Bunche Park did.
Everybody in the city wanted you to go stay at the crib. So how did you make that decision?
No, I was committed to Randy Shannon. You know,
Randy.
My
Shout
mom,
out Randy Shannon.
My mom from Bunche Park, Opelika, she went to New Orleans. Okay. And my aunts, everyone went to New Orleans with Randy.
Okay.
So it was those family ties and everything. And, Miami fired Randy Shannon. And when they fired him, I was like, man, I see who this new coach is that's coming in. I'll see if I can get a feel for him.
Who was it?
It was
it gold?
one used to wear the ties.
Was it Al? Wasn't Al Golden?
I think so, right? The came from Temple, I think, or used to wear the ties.
Was it Al Golden?
Probably was Al
Might have
Golden.
been
Someone
Al
fill it
Golden.
up for
Yeah, he used to wear the
I
ties.
remember.
Though.
Obviously,
remember.
wasn't to leave no impression on him.
I remember.
Now we know why.
Listen, I was mad at Teddy for a little while. I ain't gonna lie. But go ahead. He did what he had to do.
I went down. They took us down to a restaurant on like an official visit or something. I was like, man, I ain't even hungry. Like I'm finna hit it. Like I wasn't even feeling the vibe, you know, of the new staff, and it was just like I've always been like a person who could like feel your spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if the vibes ain't right, then my spirit won't fit here.
That when you from the hood. That's a natural instinct when you're from the hood. Like, listen, dog, you grow up, you can feel bad vibes and bad energy a mile away and know when it's time to get out of there.
Yeah.
Like you ain't even got to, it ain't even got to be your beef. That could be 5 feet away from you. You can feel it like, nah, dog. It's time to go.
For real. So, and that's what happened. Like my spirit ain't sit well. And that's how I was like, man, you know what? Charlie Strong was at Louisville, Vance Beth, but he used to be at Florida with Charlie Strong.
Charlie Strong was at Florida when we were there. He was defensive guy.
Yeah. So, and then Big Clint Hurt left Miami and went to Louisville. Big Clint Hurt, we had a relationship from Corey Bell, who coached at Miami.
Shout out Corey Bell, man. Brent, shout out Uncle Corey Bell. Boy, shout out.
Definitely, man. And so Corey Bell and Clint talked, got us in touch. And I didn't even have an offer from Louisville.
Wow.
They didn't think they could get me. That's why. Okay. You know, I guess I was one of these top ranked recruits.
Everybody thought you was staying here, dog.
Yeah.
That probably scared people off.
Probably. But nah, man, it all worked out, man. Charlie got me on a visit in December, and I committed. I went to school in January, just like that, like 2-week process, and I was sold.
Never look back either.
But I mean, it was also a thing where like 2 guys from Northwestern had went to Louisville the year before, and this little nuggets I give schools when they come down here and recruit now. Like, if you're trying to get guys to come to your school, the first year you got to take 2.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And then the next year you might get 4.
road dog.
You
You
know,
gotta
like
road dog.
yeah. So
road dogs.
and that's what happened with Louisville. Michael Lee and Corbin Lamb had went to Louisville. So the next year it was like 3 of us from Northwestern came, and then next thing you know, it's about 20 kids from Miami at Louisville. So it felt like home. You know.
I ain't gonna lie. So, just what's your take on that? Because at one point, all the kids from Miami were staying home. You know what I'm saying? You was either going to the U,
Right.
going to Florida State, or you were going to Florida. What's your take on the kids going out of state now and moving around? Which I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
But what happened? Why we started losing our kids down here?
Man, I think just coaching situations. Sometimes the kids in our own backyard are overlooked because they might not be the highest ranked kid. And then at the same time, there was a knock on South Florida kids at one point that, you know, they're great football players, but they're not smart football players. And I think some of these schools down here had targeted the kids who were smart football players as well as average, and they might have been average football players, but hey, I know this kid's gonna make the right decision when he has some free time away from practice, away from class. I think, you know, that might have factored into why some of these kids down here were overlooked. But now that I'm coaching, we changing the narrative.
Hey,
like,
that's right. That's
like,
right.
we got smart football players.
And the
Man.
word you said was coaching.
Yeah.
Because nobody want to coach no more.
Right.
You coaching
want to
or
get a kid
coaching?
ready to play.
Right.
And you're going to go get him out the portal. You don't
Yeah.
want a high school kid. You don't
Right.
want a kid that a little rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Nobody ain't no perfect kid.
Nah,
You want to jump in the portal,
Yeah.
oh, he played 2 years, he ready.
Yeah.
Oh, he don't have no off field. Give me the motherfucker that got some off field issues. I want him.
Right.
Give me
right,
him.
Right. Give me the 1.8
Give me him.
GPA.
I work with this he got going on.
He got a 1.8. We could work with him.
Yeah,
man.
I
He
work
gonna-
with him,
He
dog,
got something
because
to
I
him,
see what the
you
ceiling
know?
can be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
But don't
man.
give me no think they know everything, got it all
Yeah.
figured out. And they never been through nothing in
Yeah.
life. I don't
But
want him.
That's the world these days, man. Like, nobody really wants to develop. They want the talent already developed, and then they can just put their little touches on it, take the credit for it, and it's like, man, come on, what are we doing here, man? Like, we skipping the most important step, is developing. As coaches, your number one goal is develop the talent, develop kids, develop human beings to be successful in a sport or the game or in life.
But I personally think the reason why is because you lose and you have this fortunately now in the NFL, which is rare. We're losing the coaches that care now.
Yeah.
Remember the coach that used to pick you up 5 a.m., take your ass to
Yeah.
He'd pick up everybody.
Right.
He'd pick you up, pick your
Yeah.
homeboy up, pick him up. Coach Frank used to pick all us up.
Right.
He cared. He didn't have to do that, but he cared.
Yeah.
You cared about that kid. Whether he made it on the field or whether he was going, you cared about that kid.
Right.
So you invested in those kids.
Yeah.
It's a job now.
Yeah.
Anybody invested in nobody. Nobody give a And another thing you brought up, and I saw this on the interview with you because I pay attention to you, Teddy. Now you brought up that they forget to check the heart box.
Oh yeah.
They check all the boxes. Can he run fast?
Right.
Can he jump high?
Right.
They don't even ask the do he got heart. It don't matter how fast he run,
Come on,
or how high he jump. If that motherfucker ain't got no heart, he ain't gonna throw right side of wedge. You can't do nothing with it. You can't do nothing with it. You can't. But they don't check the heart box, dog.
Man. And I hate it because it's like you looking at all these physical features and all these attributes that he might have, but deep down inside, when them bullets start firing and get real, it's like.
That's the one thing
What
you
he gonna
can't.
do?
That's
He
the
gonna
one
tuck
thing you
his
can't
tail?
coach either. That's
Right,
over,
man.
You ain't got that. You can't coach.
And
Right?
one thing about it, two things for sure down here, boy. You can't hide in high school football.
Yeah.
Boy, you can't hide in high school football down here. No, sir. Ain't nowhere to hide. Listen, son. Either this is for you or this ain't for you.
Right.
But ain't no in between down
Ain't
here.
no in between, man.
Well, listen, I ain't from here, and I ain't know about Bunche Park, but I do now. Where did the two gloves come from? I got to know this because I'm a big fan.
man.
I'm a big fan. Obviously, being a
question.
Viking fan, right? And we were
Stank-ass
fortunate enough
Vikings
to. Hold up, slow down, roll down.
You're right.
But you know what I mean? Like I'm a big time Viking fan, and so when they drafted you, I was super excited because you're fun as hell to watch in college. But the two gloves has always been something that stuck out. So
Yeah.
coming from here, like it's not like it's cold weather.
Right.
So like, where did that come from?
Man, I used to run back and forth between receiver, quarterback, in between plays.
So you didn't have time to take the
Yeah, you didn't have time to take them off, so I just like learn how to throw with them. And then when I got to Louisville, I was a mid-year guy. I got there in January, being from South Florida.
It was cold as shit for you,
Man,
wasn't
it was cold, man. So it was like you go from the lowest you feel is probably 60-degree weather. You go to Louisville, it's 30 degrees, 20 degrees. It's like, man, how I'm going to do this? I got to figure something out. And the type of footballs we were throwing at the time, they was like some trash footballs.
Yeah.
Just like no grip without a glove. So it was just like, man, I'm going to put these gloves on and I'm going to make it happen. And that spring, I threw the gloves and was like, man, I'm going to do this for the rest of my career.
Dead ass. You had me out there throwing with gloves on because I want to see what it's like. I'm serious.
You tried it?
Yeah,
It worked, though.
It does.
Yeah,
Actually, it's good because what you
Extra
said,
grip,
you
too.
got that ball. I mean, you can sling that thing. Super Bowl 59 is right around the corner, and it's the perfect time to get in on the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, they're giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. This is your shot to make every last play a moment to be remembered. Don't wait. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using code OGs. The crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers, use my promo code OGs and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code OGs only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
What's good, y'all? It's your OG here with a sponsored message from our partners at Row. Fellas, it's Valentine's Day, and I already know y'all been out shopping, probably got your girl a bracelet, went out and got a car, planning these crazy vacations. But the real gift is putting that ass to sleep after you take that Row Sparks. Make sure you handle your business, boys. Row Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for stronger, harder erections. They hit the bloodstream faster because they dissolve under the tongue. And getting hard faster means having more sex. After they dissolve, they work in 15 minutes on average. Row Sparks gives you the boost to last longer, so it's more fun for both of y'all. Row Sparks stays in your system for 36 hours, so you can spin the block and clap them cheeks to the morning. Be ready with Row Sparks. Row connects guys with their medical provider online, so there's no awkward conversation with in-person providers. If approved, treatment ships directly to your crib. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off on Row Sparks recurring plan. Connect with a provider at row.co/OGs to find out if prescription Row Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/OGs for $15 off your first order.
Yo, what time is it? It is game time. These NFL playoffs have been epic. I have always had the most fun at playoff games, and it's only right if you're trying to go to the big game to get your tickets to attend with Game Time. Game Time has a special feature, Game Time Picks, that makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only the incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. We were just looking through the Game Time app, browsing seats on Game Time Picks to watch the Heat out here in Miami, and wow, there were some great seats for the big game. What I like about the Game Time app, aside from the new Game Time Picks feature, is the all-in pricing, so there's no surprise fees at checkout. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code OGs for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Remember, what time did I say it was? It's still game time, baby.
So talk about it, because you're a Minnesota Vikings fan. Stephon Diggs, talk about going to the
AP
Vikings.
all day.
Adrian Peterson. Ooh,
Yeah,
beast.
man. That was an exciting 4 years of my life, man. My rookie year, we came in and we were average. Adrian was suspended that year. And
We ain't ever average, Coach. We ain't ever average.
nah, we was average that year. I ain't gonna lie to you, we was average that year. I mean, but we had a good year. Matter of fact, let me say this: we had a good year for what we had, the talent that we had on the roster and everything. I was a young quarterback, first year starter, and it was fun though, man, because you got to see what the league is like. Then the next year when Adrian come back, it's like, oh yeah, we about to be serious now. Like we were average, we were right here last year. This year we about to be here. Just because we got Adrian,
You can tote that thing too,
you
Coach.
What?
You turn around, hand the ball off to Adrian, and he goes 60 yards. I tell people all the time, like, I joke about it, but I'm like, man, I made the Pro Bowl for having the best handoff in the league, man. All I had to do was turn around, hand it to Adrian, man. But it was fun, man, just seeing that team and that organization grow within them 4 years that I was there. Like you said, we drafted Stephon Diggs in like the 5th round. He was inactive for like his first 4 or 5 games of his career. And I tell people this story all the time because you run into young guys who think that they're supposed to have that instant success.
For sure.
Oh, I was drafted here. I gotta play. I gotta do this. No, this guy Stephon Diggs was drafted 5th round, waited his turn,
Preach, OG.
and still became an All-Pro.
Man,
So it's just like, man, it's the art of patience that's missing in sports. But see a guy like Stephon Diggs, man, Xavier Rhodes, Harrison Smith, Anthony Barr, man, we had some guys on that roster, man, and it was unfortunate that we could never really win it all together. But man, those 4 years, man,
Run at it though.
yeah, definitely had a run, man. Even when I got hurt up there, man, it was like, man, I was happy it happened. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because we had just made the playoffs in year 2. And, and in football, when you're a young quarterback, that 3rd year really determines, you get a big contract or not. And I always tell myself, like, man, if I had a great year and got a big contract that early, I probably wouldn't be in the league right now still,
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, like, God slowed me down for a reason. Yeah. He didn't want me to have this and that at that point in my career. Because if I'd have had, I probably would have crashed out. Man. But it's like, all right, I'm going to take you the slow route. I'm going to tear you down and build you up properly. So people always ask me, like, oh, when you got hurt, this. It's like, man, I'm happy it happened.
Yeah. And it was about, you talk about patience and you talk about different things like that. You was out for a while.
Yeah.
Andrew,
yeah.
It was
ACL, right?
Man, I tore everything.
Everything?
Man. Like dislocated.
Over a year and a half or something like that, right? Close to a year and a half. Talk about that kind of patience, because that's a different kind of patience, because I got hurt. I tore my Liz Frank, my 3rd, 4th, and 5th metatarsal. And those are things where even if you do come back, you don't even know if you're going to be back at that level. See, there's 2 things what people don't understand for you people at home. Listen.
Oh, here you go. Take the glasses off here in a second.
Wait, for you civilians. I call them civilians. Don't take this personal. You guys are civilians. But it's 2 things. It's one thing to be able to come back, and it's another thing to be able to get back to the level you was at before you got hurt.
Yeah.
Those are 2 different things.
Yep.
So when the doctor tell you when you can come back, leave out the part about how long it's going to take to get back to your level you was at.
Yep.
Talk about that process, because you can come back, but you ain't at the level that you was at before you got hurt, and it takes a while.
Exactly.
And that's frustrating, and it's a lot of dark nights with that shit, bro, because when I told my 3rd, 4th, and 5th metatarsal, I was dog when I came back playing. And that was with my confidence and my emotions, dog, because you know what you were, and you know what you're capable of. And it's a moment where you don't know if you're going to get back to that.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Tell the civilians how that feel.
You see, I'm over here rubbing my knee, man, every time we talk about it, man. It's
that's how that shit feel, bro. It's lonely. That shit is a hard path.
No, it's definitely a hard path, and man, it took for me to really do things outside of the boxes that was being checked. You know, like you do the FMS test or whatever it's called, the functional movement, whatever you do that test. You do the traditional orthopedic stuff, rehab, and it's like, all right, you good to play, like you say. But for me, it's like, man, I got to go to Bunche Park. I got to go hoop right quick, see if I can play some defense. If I get crossed up, I ain't ready to play yet. Yeah. You know, I went to Jamaica. I jumped off the cliff, jumped in the water. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm straight now. You know, like jumping on a trampoline, just doing little things, man, to make me feel like I'm human and like doing the basics. If I can do the basics, then I know I can go do the extremes because it's all baby steps, man. And those dark days, though, they came. They definitely came, man. There was times, man, I couldn't even bend my leg, and it's like, man, like I just want to throw in the towel. But I come from a fighting DNA, man.
Yes,
like my mom, man, she had breast cancer. She's a breast cancer survivor, and I saw her fight, so I was like, man, I can't really quit because this is nothing compared to what she went through, and I just always remember those days that she had and replayed them in my mind. And it was like, man, you good, like you gonna get through this. So I always use that as motivation to get through everything I was going through.
Shout out moms, man, because I'm part of an organization, Bounce Back from Cancer. And cancer took my parents, my mom, my dad, and my stepmom. So shout out for mom for being a survivor. That's love,
so, man. Appreciate
That's
that.
real love.
Today's episode is proudly brought to you by our guys at Morgan & Morgan. It's America's largest personal injury law firm. They started out here in Florida 30 years ago and now are helping people across all 50 states. Morgan & Morgan is always for the people and have your back when it comes to fighting to get you full and fair compensation. As athletes, we have faced our fair share of injuries. That's why we know how difficult it is to get back out there after an injury. The team and the support behind you matter. And submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is free and easy. It just takes 8 clicks or less from the comfort of your own couch to get started. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/theOGs or dial pound law. That's pound 529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/theOGs or pound law, pound 529 from your cell phone. This, my friends, is a paid advertisement.
My brothers, y'all know that sound. It's time. It's time to talk about stepping up your grooming without stepping all over your wallet. Introducing the Handyman Rocket Man Special Edition from Manscaped, the ultimate grooming tool designed to deliver precision and comfort in one sleek, easy-to-use device. Whether you're looking for a trim, a shape, or a detailed touch-up, the Handyman Rocket Man is built to handle shaving your face with ease. The Handyman is a sleek, powerful, compact shaver that helps guys ditch the mess. Cordless and designed for convenience. It easily fits in the bathroom drawer or slips into an overnight gym bag for easy grooming on the go. It's engineered with a unique dual blade system featuring a standard 4 shaver and a long hair trimmer blade to handle up to 3 days of beard growth. What's even better is the Handyman comes equipped with skin safe technology designed to help reduce nicks and cuts for the perfect clean shave. Whether you're a grooming newbie or a seasoned pro, the Handyman is the perfect upgrade to your grooming regimen. But there's limited quantities available, fellas, so you gotta act fast. Join the over 11 million men who trust Manscaped and upgrade to the Handyman Rocket Man. You can use my code OGs for 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code OGs at manscaped.com. Don't miss out. Upgrade your grooming game with Manscaped today.
With having you here, I gotta talk Vikings. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna ask one more question about
No, let me go.
let me go
real quick.
got one more Viking question.
I got a couple more.
Make it good.
I got 2 more. This year was fucked up.
For the Vikings?
Yes. How we get to the last week?
Well, I don't know about he played for another team.
I know, but I'm gonna talk about Vikings now. Listen, I get a little bit talking now too.
I'm just saying.
We go on, lose to the Packers. We got to go on the road, go from being the top, could be the top seed to the 5th seed. We got to do something about this NFL.
Hey.
What would you have preferred?
I mean, just
he wanted a bye week too, probably. That's what it was.
No, I don't even necessarily need a bye week, but at least give us a home game.
Yeah.
You mean you play the whole season, play one game? Obviously, we play like right? We deserve to lose the game. We play like ass.
Yeah.
But then the next week, we got to go on the road.
Yeah. I mean,
so the season don't count.
It's a very winnable game.
No, 100%.
I mean,
No,
but you got-
don't get it twisted.
I
We played
understand.
like ass in that game
Yeah,
too.
it's a winnable game.
Washington went on the road and
You
won.
ain't lying. No,
you know,
believe
so-
you can. Yeah, we can have it, but I'm just a little salty right now. So I'm a little salty.
Okay. But nah, I don't know. Maybe they will look into that. Like, man, maybe the teams with the most wins get the higher seeds. But
Look like both.
But
of y'all
then
gonna
what
say,
about
look like both of y'all say F y'all, man.
Yeah, y'all
I like
like
that. I like
at the
that.
end of the day, what about the division winners? You know,
You ain't lying.
they gotta
You ain't
hold some value and some
Man,
weight.
got
being
an
a
8-8
winner.
division winner get a home. That's crazy.
So since we're talking about Minnesota real quick, this is just you signing back Sam Darnold?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, I sign them back.
You signing back Sam Darnold? Is that your quarterback? Is that your guy?
I tell you,
Or you going,
I tell you, man.
Or you waiting for the young
I was
fella?
one of those guys that was the whole year. I was like, man, this dude's it, right? And I still believe that. Like, I don't like to judge guys on a couple games, but they're two meaningful games.
Yeah.
And the problem with it is, and it's a good thing it's not my pay grade, right? The problem is you move up, get JJ in the draft. So if you do re-sign him, is it gonna be multi-years? Like, I'll be honest. Cuzzo Ernie brought up a good one to me.
Yeah,
I go back. I go get Aaron Rodgers for 1 year and let JJ learn from him.
Nah, I move on.
We got weapons over there, bro.
I like.
Like I'm just.
I like A-Rod, man. I don't know.
My biggest fear, though, honest to God, and look, listen, this ain't my, but it is my right now because I'm talking about it. If you bring Sam, you're gonna have to give him a 4 or 5 year deal. So now JJ's not gonna play for 4 or 5 years. And listen, he did lose some money. I ain't gonna. He lost a little bit of money in my eyes. I still would pay him because dude played his ass off, man.
That's what I mean. You probably
Played
try
his
to see
ass
if you
off,
got
man.
leverage. If you
I
Minnesota,
wish-
like,
I
hey,
wish
try to
y'all-
throw him a 2 year deal. You
But
know?
someone's gonna give him a 4 year deal, right?
If you get that, hey,
I mean,
What would you do?
me,
Yeah.
I'm going to get my money.
No, I'm saying if you're the Vikings, I'm with you. We all gonna say the same thing, bro. We probably took the last.
If I'm the Vikings, I'd offer Sam a 2 year deal.
Yeah.
You know, 2 year
But
deal.
you see what I'm saying? That with JJ, right? Like you can't. You gotta. There's got to be some
I
kind
think he'll
of.
take a 2 year deal.
He might. That's
2 year deals.
So to me,
2 years is enough.
It's really a 1 year deal.
So,
You know,
so to me, if you're doing the Sam Darnold thing, which I would have no problem with, you can't be a long term deal. It just
Yeah,
can't.
I'm cool with the 2 year
Yeah.
thing. I'm not cool with the A-Rod thing. And I like Aaron Rodgers.
Man, I tell you right now, though,
I do.
It gives
I
you.
like Aaron Rodgers.
It gives you a chance to win. You got offensive weapons.
I like
Devontae
Aaron
Adams was on a 1 year deal over there too. Bring his ass over there. We'll see it. Get him with JJ.
Think
Oh,
Devontae
listen, we
gonna-
got some weapons over there, Cat. We got some weapons. I'm telling you.
It's only one football.
Devontae
there's
Adams.
only one
I was going to say Devontae Adams, Jeffries.
I don't care,
you got
man.
the young
Look,
fella.
Jefferson. We nice.
What is
bro.
number 3? What's the young fella?
Addison.
Addison.
Come on, man.
Nah,
We
Devontae
nice.
ain't gonna be with that. You see how he was in L.A. with the Raiders at Oakland. Yeah, or maybe what they Vegas now. Yeah, he ain't getting the ball. He gonna let you know about that. He don't want to hear that. Now let's get into our MVP moment presented by Tommy John.
So we in present day, and we talked about it briefly before we got on here. You coaching high school football and then stepping into a playoff football game was one of the dopest things I've ever seen.
Oh, that's GOAT.
That was really elite. So
That's
talk about that. Just so give him a little backstory on that.
Yeah, it was.
That's the realest shit I done seen before.
man,
Tilly. I ain't gonna lie. That's the realest shit I done seen
Yeah.
before.
Now, me and Dan had always kept communication throughout the year, man, and we always said, man, if it's a possibility that if that came up, like, would I be open to signing back? And I was like, yeah. And it just so happened that we won a state title, and I think it was like the day after state.
Congratulations on state, by the way.
Appreciate
yeah.
that. Appreciate that.
Proud boy. I went
Coaching
there,
them
whooped
up.
boys' ass.
Hey, I ain't gonna
that.
lie to you. What a recruit tool. Hey, man, I'm gonna see y'all. I'm about to go play this playoff
yeah,
game. I'll be right back.
definitely.
Hold my beer.
If I'm not mistaken, did Dade County have a sweep? Did we sweep?
South Florida, yeah.
South Florida?
'Cause I think we was the only Dade team.
We was the only
Yeah,
Dade
we
team,
was
but
the only
South
Dade
Florida had a
team.
sweep.
South Florida had a sweep.
Yeah, we were-
Heritage, St. Thomas.
You know what that mean, Killer? All the
West
South
Broward,
Florida
I
teams
think.
won.
Yeah.
That mean we won.
Man, he gave him a hold my beer and went and played the playoff
That-
game.
that-
right?
that
So-
means he won.
That one of the most gangster shit I've ever seen. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
man.
You
Like
ever
Dan
want to
and
take
I.
some of these teams down here to play some teams in South Dakota?
Come on,
let
bring
me
it.
know. I make
Bring it.
I make sure.
They play 9-man football there, right?
No, hey, get your ass. Hey, you play with Chad Greenway?
Yeah. Chad played
South
9-man.
Dakota-
He
yeah,
said he
that's
played
all
9-man
you- he
football.
played 9-man. He
Yeah,
played
yeah.
9-man.
Every time we talk football, this man got to bring up
Chad
Chad
Greenway was the
Greenway. That's
quarterback.
all
Yeah,
South Dakota
that's
got.
my homie, though.
That's
nah.
all
Chad
South
Greenway
Dakota
was
got.
nice.
Chad, my
He
guy,
was
man.
nice, but that's all y'all got.
Chad
South
taught me how to
Dakota
be a
ain't got
pro.
nothing but Chad
Yeah,
Greenway.
He taught me how to be a
See?
pro, though, man.
See, same
Chad.
thing I did to him.
Like, I used to watch Chad, man.
This is true.
See, same thing I did
It's
to
true.
him.
You
We
helped.
grew
You helped
down
a lot.
there, dog.
You helped a lot.
I just
by
watched how he
by
moved
giving me some of that
around
money you was
and-
getting early. You showed me how this. You showed me how to manage my funds in college. Thank you very much.
Hey, y'all was getting money like that in college?
Ain't no y'all. Y'all is plural. Boy. Yo, I just got my brand new Tommy John underwear. Hey, man, your boy love these. They silky, soft, breathable. I can shoot in them, I can work out in them, you name it. I'm always my best when I got on my Tommy Johns. I ain't gonna even lie, killer. These the most comfortable drawers your boy ever had. I wish I was still hooping. And fellas, trust your boy when I tell you, the ladies love these too. I have been personally told it matters what you put in your pants, my boy. What could be better? Tommy John is definitely the MVP of my underwear drawer. Fellas, don't miss out on the hype. Get 25% off your first order right now at TommyJohns.com/OGs. Save 25% off at TommyJohns.com/OGs. Hey, listen,
Damn.
I tell this story all the time, and I'm gonna tell it again so people at home know I ain't lying. I'm sitting in my bed, we roommates.
Yeah.
He on his bed, I'm on my bed. Here, knock on the door, boom, boom, boom. 3 knocks, real efficient.
Yeah.
He get up, he walk to the door.
He already
I don't
know the
hear-
knock.
Man, I don't hear no names, I don't hear no talking. He just come back in the room. Remember the old school toothbrush holders when you put the toothbrush in, you open it up? He popped that bitch open with nothing in there but bands. I say, listen, I don't care who put it in there or who gave it to you. Just cut me in.
I ain't grew up in Bunche Park, but I grew up somewhere. I grew up somewhere, cuz.
Got street smarts. You know what I'm saying? Got some type of smarts, man.
But I'm happy you brought that up, Mike, because I want you to talk about what you signed up for to be them kids coach. Because when you signed up to be them kids coach, you signed up for a lot more.
Yeah.
You signed up to be a mentor. You signed up to be a father figure, a protector, sometimes even a provider if they need something. Like you signed up for all that shit, bro.
Right.
That's what people need to understand.
And before you get into it, I understand it because I coached high school basketball for a year.
Yeah.
That's ain't easy, man.
It ain't
So
easy
go ahead,
at
but
all, man.
what he said is 100%. You're
Yeah.
signed up for a lot more than coaching football or basketball. I promise you.
And the part that you don't even realize you really signed up for is the parents.
Yes, 100%.
And
100%.
with me, with football, I got 70 different parents I got to deal with.
Yeah, that's out.
You know, I got a mom who's all in, and I got a mom who won't even pick her son up from practice or won't answer the phone. You know, and it's just like so many different worlds that you're involved with, you're dealing with on a daily basis. And honestly, though, for me, because I have patience, so I'm able to work with everybody. I'm able to understand everybody's situation because I know that no one's life is just apples and oranges, peaches and cream. It's like everybody go through something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody got different things going on. But like you said, as a coach, man, you become a provider. Like, so I did a training camp, like a professional style training camp. We did a stay in at the school. We slept in the gym for 4 nights. So we was at the school for 5 days. They're away from their parents. It's basically getting them prepared for college, NFL, and everything. Yeah. I don't know how you guys do it in basketball, but you're away from your families, everything. And when I tell you, man, I was like, the happiest I saw some of those kids, man. Wow. And honestly, because like I was providing them 3 hot meals a day and giving them a snack, you know, before bed. And, you know, I always sit back and think about how I grew up. It's like, man, like, you know, I might have ate twice a day, you know, maybe once this day, but you know, I always had a meal, but
you thought that it was a norm too, didn't you?
I thought it was a norm, but to have 3 hot meals in one day, and it's like, these kids, man, I'm talking about they was eating from MLK for breakfast, I Crave, oxtails, like there's all type of stuff, man. We had Kayvon Webster, Smith & Webster, man, bringing food, like different restaurants, just showing these kids a different side and giving them these hot meals and like just to see like how much of an impact something like that had on their lives. It's like, man, like this is bigger than football. Man. Like, you know, then when you talk about being a provider with providing Ubers home, like I probably spend about $600 a week just on Ubers.
Yeah. Uber would tax your ass now.
Cash
but you make sure they get home safe.
Right, you
every
make
night.
sure like me and another coach, Coach Jaquin Victor, man, we'll stay behind until the last kid leaves. So we finish practice at 6:30. Man, we have a kid who mom pick him up every day at 8:30. So it's like you got to sit out there for 2 hours. I fall asleep in my truck every day, and then. But it's just making sure, man, like you give them all the resources, you protect them, you just give them all the proper tools that they need to be successful in life. And I like it though, man. I like challenges, you know, and I live for challenges, and I live to just prove people wrong. You know, for one, it was like, oh, just because he played in the NFL, I don't mean he gonna come back and coach high school and have success.
Yeah.
And I think oftentimes people only look at success as what's happening on the football field, but they don't see the winners that we're building off the field. Man, we got young men walking around their school, talking to authority, talking to adults. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Pants are up. They're not walking around with slides on anymore. Like they carry themselves as young men, and that's a win. Because you know, you want to win every game in between the white lines, but it's like, man, it's a bigger game outside the lines, and we're winning that game right now. We're winning 48-0 right now. It's a blowout right now.
So we're doing it again next year. We're running it back. That's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna do it as long as they allow me to do it.
Well,
they call me back.
For a long time. You keep. Hey, listen. If you keep doing it like that, you ain't going nowhere. Obviously winning, but more importantly, what you're doing for the families, because that stuff is, man. Like people that actually have had that job forever don't do what you just did.
Right.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the type of stuff that I think is super dope, man. That's really OG for real.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So we're gonna tap back into the NFL. So now, obviously, you leave Minnesota, and I think you end up
New Orleans.
I went to the Jets for the
That
off season. For the off season, yeah.
Tall Bowls?
Yeah, I was at the Jets just for the off season.
Just for Tall Bowls.
Preseason.
Okay, so the Jets with Tall Bowls, and then you end up in New Orleans.
New Orleans, yep.
Talk about the experience in New Orleans. Was Sean Payton? Was that Sean Payton at that time?
Yeah.
And that was the time where I think you came in as a backup.
Yeah.
Then Bruce Drew got hurt.
The second year I
The
was
second
there.
year got hurt. And then you ran off by 6-7
Dead
in a row.
nice.
That was 5.
6, 7,
it was 5. It was 5.
Well, you know when we tell the story.
No,
we got
eight,
8, 9. When I talk about it tomorrow, it's going to be 10. But you ran off 5 in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But talk about with Sean Payton, who's, you know, I don't know, but considered one of the offensive-minded coaches. You know, I saw what he did with Bo Nix this year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, with his history, and just obviously playing with Drew Brees and what you was able to learn from Drew Brees.
Man, when I got traded to New Orleans, that was like the happiest day of my life, man. Like, I promise you.
Everybody
man.
ready to get the fuck up out of that jet.
Nah, and the crazy part about it was just
Set your ass up out of there.
like it was one of them things where we had drafted Sam Darnold that year. It was me and Josh McCown, Christian Hackenberg, and then we drafted Sam Darnold. And I knew, okay, Josh McCown had been there before. He was an OG, you know, older guy. So either him or myself was gonna have to be there to mentor Sam Darnold. And I knew I was only in year 5. I'm like, man, I'm not.
Yeah, you're not ready to mentor.
I'm not ready to mentor. I still want to play.
I'll coach high school kids 15 years from now, but I ain't mentoring year 5.
That's a lot.
So when we was on the bus, we was getting ready to go to Philly. We was gonna drive to Philly, I think, for the last preseason game. Like, everybody always tell a story, I got put off the bus, and they did them wrong. They just kicked them off the bus. And I'm like, nah. They called me up to the GM office, and I knew I was going to get traded before, but I didn't know how it goes. I thought I still had to go to Philly. And then after the game, I go where I was going. And it was like, nah, shoot. Once I talked to the GM, y'all go to Philly. I'm staying behind. So when the GM was talking to me, man, I think his name was like Mike McCagnon or something like that in New York. He was like, man, yeah, we're going to trade you. And I had already had a feeling I was going to get traded because my advisor, Abe Elam, his son, Kaya Elam, played at Florida and played defensive back, plays in Buffalo now. But Abe had told me, like, man, I got some good news for you. And I had been talking to Coach Parcells for a while, just trying to see what's going on with everything. And Coach Parcells called me that morning. He was like, man, hang tight. And when he told me that, I'm like, yeah, something good about to happen for me. So when they told me I was about to get traded, I had been talking to, I think it was Coach Gase at the time down here. I was trying to come home. I was like, man, I want to come home. Yeah. And when I went into the GM office, I'm like, man, I'm about to get traded to Miami, man. I'm about to go to the crib. I'm going to get by, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm excited. I'm getting prepared to hear that. And he was like, yeah, we're going to trade you, but it's to New Orleans. So I was like, oh, that's even better. You know what I'm saying? I get to go with Sean Payton, Drew Brees, play in the Dome.
Mike Williams.
Like, come on, man.
Williams.
Yeah, like.
Not White Williams.
Mike Thomas.
Mike Thomas.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man.
Mike
like,
Thomas.
I'm finna go have a blast. So I get traded down there. And I'm talking about, man, it was like all love, man. Like, Sean was happy to have me. I was eager to learn from Brees, just watching everything he did. And that really helped me, too, also become a pro, man. Just the way he was so process-driven. And for a young guy like myself, who I would just wake up, do this day, do this the next day, no real process. And watching Brees come in, 8 o'clock, eat bacon, don't eat no dairy, these gluten-free pancakes, different things. Like, I'm watching this guy like, yeah, man. It's like, eat his bacon every day in the quarterback room upstairs. I started like, hey, I'm gonna take my bacon upstairs and eat like Breeze. You know what I mean? Maybe this will help me be like Breeze.
Sponge out, sponge it.
But I learned so much, man, from Breeze. And then when I got to play that next year, it just showed how much of a genius that Sean Payton is. Like
beautiful.
I'm glad you said that, because you said you obviously Sam Darnold gets drafted there. How, and I think I know the answer to it, but I got to ask you because you're here, especially for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
How important is system, coaching, culture, atmosphere?
Great question.
Because Sam Darnold obviously didn't make it there.
Right.
They're talking about with Caleb Williams now in Chicago, but you see Jaden Daniels out there roasting cats, right? So, like, how much of it's talent? How much is it? Because obviously Sam Darnold comes out and he's slinging that thing all over the place with our coaching staff,
right,
our weapons.
right.
Like, talk to me about that, because I want to know how much of a crutch we can give these guys.
Yeah.
We're over here on the fantasy guy over here. He wins fantasy every year, so it'll help him pick.
Yeah, I mean, different quarterbacks, different people get different crutches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, some quarterbacks come in and it's like, you figure it out. Use your athleticism. You know, go do some of that quarterback stuff. Go be an athlete and put the team on your back. While some other guys might get a superstar receiver, all-pro left tackle, and a superstar running back, this, and that. And it's just, it goes hand in hand, but I do tell you this, the system does make a big difference for a lot of quarterbacks. Like, you can be in a system that you thrive in. You can go out there and throw 30 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, have an all-pro year, and your coordinator changes and the system changes. You go out there, throw 12 touchdowns and 18 interceptions.
Yeah, it's so crazy to me, because, I mean, Sam's one of them, right, because he's a Viking. But then the same thing happened with Baker, right? You start seeing these guys, and you're like, damn, what the hell?
Right.
But then it's like, but can Chicago get it wrong all the time? Like, I'm being for real. Like, I'm not. I'm curious. Because on paper,
this is my opinion.
On paper, though, before you go, on paper, walking into Chicago this year, it looked like they had what they needed.
Oh yeah, it did.
But Caleb Williams didn't have a bad year.
No, he didn't. He didn't. But just, I mean, it's just a massive year, and the win losses weren't there.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious.
Caleb Williams did have a decent year, but
it's just he has some bad plays that stand out, make you like, what are we doing? But
and this is me, and I had an opportunity to go to the Bears, and I had an opportunity to speak to the players, be in the training camp, and enjoy a practice. I just felt like when we talk about quarterback, we talk about system, we talk about coaching, we talk about culture and different things. I just feel like a kid like Justin Fields would thrive in something if he had the right coaching,
that's a great one,
the right system,
but
the right
Tomlin's
situation.
A great coach too.
And I'm not saying nothing was wrong with Caleb Williams and what he did, but I just feel like if the right things were around, because I saw the ceiling of Justin Fields when he was playing well. Yeah. What he was able to do with DJ Moore when they were playing well together, everybody can't do that. Yeah. So I seen what his ceiling was when he's rolling and it's going well. I feel like he's a kid when you talk about guys like Sam Darnold and these different guys, and you talk about what Baker's able to do now. I feel like if Justin Fields get the right situation, the right coach that believes in him and invests in him.
The good thing about Justin Fields and them is that the Sam Darnold's happened, the Baker Mayfield's happened. So now they're just not going to just forget about you. Like, they're going to give him opportunities, hopefully. If he does, I'm with you. I think he's talented.
But I think also, man, the most important component with quarterbacks is you got to play to your guy's strengths. Mm-hmm. Don't talk about what a guy can't do. Yeah. Let's harp on the things that he does well.
That's called coaching.
Well, listen, listen.
And let's build around
his coach
that.
Talk right now.
Well, let me ask you this: as we have these conversations about coaching, and we talk about different, as a black quarterback, things that he do well, some of the things that he don't do well. He don't read offenses well. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't make right decisions. He might run when he should stay in the pocket. Are these some of the things that you faced or you heard as a black quarterback? And also talk about it being more, it's happening more now. We talking about Shador, we talking about Cam Ward, we talking about all these different guys. But there was a time where you was few and far in between, boy.
Yeah.
And anyway, what made you start playing quarterback too? Let's just go back to that because, you know what I'm saying? What was your inspiration to start playing quarterback?
Man, I started playing quarterback because I wanted to touch the ball every play.
You're a wide receiver.
I was a wide receiver. I was a wide receiver.
Hold on, man. Hey, man.
I was a wide receiver, and I couldn't get the ball when I wanted it. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to go to quarterback, and I'm going to determine the outcome of this game. And I always knew that great things would happen if I got the ball in my hands, too, every play. So I just stuck with it. Then I knew that, quarterbacks get paid the money.
Hey, All great points.
I wasn't gonna be able to run no 4.3 and no 4.4 or 4.5. So it's like, man, and then I was a baseball player too, though, man. I was
what position?
I was shortstop. I was the truth
Okay.
in baseball, man.
Okay.
Like, the truth.
Love that.
Florida be keeping
Yeah.
the truth in baseball down here, though.
So do you think as a black man playing quarterback, you face more challenges, or you feel like it was an even playing field?
Man, it was never even playing field, but you know, you always just take advantage of your opportunities.
Yeah.
And I just told somebody this a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, man, no, even like for me, like I got labeled a dual threat quarterback. Even coming out of high school, I was labeled a dual threat
And you
quarterback,
wasn't even
and I
running
don't
that
even run. Like,
See what I'm saying?
Like,
Hey, I'm a 3-point shooter.
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's so quick to put a label on someone, and that's just in general though, man. Like, it's so quick to put a label on any position, but you know, as a quarterback, yeah, it's like, oh, you're a dual threat. It's like, why am I doing threat? I threw 30 touchdowns in college and only like 4 interceptions my last year. I barely ran.
That's
like,
impressive.
I mean, so it's like, when am I running the ball? But you know, you start putting 2 and 2 together. It's like, all right, we know why.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing with, like, even you look at Lamar, like, Lamar isn't a scrambling quarterback. Like, he can sit in the pocket and beat you.
Yes.
It's just he has an extra gift, an extra ability to be able to take off and extend plays and make things happen with his legs. Yeah. But he's throwing, 30-plus touchdowns, 2 or 3 interceptions. That wasn't his fault. So it's just like, come on, man, what we talking about?
He's really made that adjustment.
Yeah, man. So
I mean, you got to shout out guys like yourself for
Lamar
going to Louisville and different things like that. Not saying you was the only reason, but guys like yourself open the door. You know what I'm saying? And guys see you, and they see different guys coming through there, and it makes it. You know, he ain't from, you know, Broward, but he from the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, you open the door for them kind of dudes, bro.
Yeah, man.
And people before you, the Vikes and all those dudes, bro, they just continue to open the doors,
That's
man.
it,
And then
man.
we got the Camwars and the Shadors, and we got these kids now, bro.
So you get done and you go to the Lions. The reason I want to ask this question.
Hold on.
Okay. You see how he pauses me like this?
No,
What up?
because he went to Charlotte.
I know, but I want to ask something because we're on the mode of it right now.
I want to ask one more thing
go
though
ahead.
before
You
that
ask it.
though, Killer.
You ask it.
Because I like this question. But you go ahead. You can go back to that.
No, you got it.
I like this.
You got it.
How good is DJ Moore, dog?
DJ, he a dog.
I like DJ Moore, dog. I don't feel like he
man.
get his flowers as a receiver.
Yeah. And I think this year it kind
You
of.
played with him in Charlotte. You played with him in Charlotte, dog. How good is DJ Moore?
DJ, he different.
DJ, I'm giving you flowers. I don't even know you, dog. But I like your game, bro.
Like, he a game changer, man. And he's one of those guys where he can beat you down the field or just giving him a bubble screen. Like, he's so strong as a runner with the ball. He bounces off tackles, and then he can track the ball so well on post routes, go balls. So
He's like one of those hybrid guys.
Yeah.
Like, he's not like a 6'4",
Right,
6'5"
right.
receiver.
Yeah.
He's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But he can catch it, make plays with his
Yeah,
feet.
man.
He's strong. Like, he can go deep. He
I
can run
think-
the intermediate routes.
yeah.
Like, I watch a game, dog.
I think what happens is he's not a vocal guy, so he's not in the media looking for attention. That's why he doesn't really get the praise that he deserves. But it's also a good thing because he don't get blamed for much. You know, a lot of times when you talk too much in the media, you put a target on your back.
As soon as something go wrong, they coming back at you.
Right. So I think he does a great job of just, man, staying even. Like, man, you know, he might have a little comment in the media here and there, but nothing where it's all about him. Like, he never puts himself out front.
I'm a huge DJ Moore fan. We can move on, Killer, but that's the one bright spot that I want to touch on because I like DJ Moore.
Going to the Lions at the end. So now you're coaching high school football. We talked about you going back and playing in the playoffs. How much of your coaching that you do now comes from coaches that you played for? Like, because like Dan Campbell, for example, that's a guy I want to set the bar with right now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right? Like, he just feels like that's me and him drinking beer for beer, talking shit.
I want to sit in the bar with him and go to a bar fight with him. He seems like he'll fight with you too.
Y'all win it, I promise.
Yeah, for sure.
But how much of that stuff do you take? Like, are you like, because I love it. He goes for 4th down. Like, is that how are you? Do you coach from like Sean Payton's or to like? How much of that do you take from
Todd
him?
Bowles, Dan
like,
Campbell, all those
How much you take
dudes.
from that stuff?
It's honestly, all of it is from those guys, the Sean Paytons, Dan Campbells, the Mike Zimmers,
Mike Zimmer.
Todd Bowles. Like, you know, you see how those guys commanded the room. You know, you see how they were respected by grown men. You know,
Grown men making a lot of money
right?
too. That's
Grown
hard to
men
do.
making a lot of money,
Leader of
man.
men.
Like when you see that level of respect that they get, then you see the success that their players are having. You see the success that their coaches are having. You know, that's the ultimate sign of a great leader when, you know, your coaching staff are becoming head coaches, like your coordinators are becoming head coaches, your position coaches are becoming coordinators. Like you're seeing this with the Dan Campbell tree, the Sean Payton, and it's like, man, like these guys were great leaders, and that's why, you know, the men under them are becoming leaders as well. So for me, it's just like, man, I sat down, I'm like, man, who are the guys that I really enjoy playing football for and who got me to be the best version of Teddy that I could be? And I think about those guys, and it's like, man, all right, now I got to pour this into these kids and help these kids be the best version of themselves that they can be.
I'm glad you said that because I asked this question. Obviously, being in the same division, the Lions are good, though.
Yeah. Oh.
Good, man.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Got everything.
I don't like it. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But they're fun to watch, and they're really, really good. Mm-hmm. With that being said, because we're basketball dudes, like obviously a coaching staff is very, very important in basketball, but it's not like offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Like they have some of that stuff, but it's so Dan Campbell, as he is, and I'm guessing I know the answer to it, but I have to ask it. With his two guys leaving, how does that change him for next year?
It don't change him at all. I think the next two guys who he hired, they come in and they just take on whatever challenge that he gives them, and whoever comes in, they embrace the attitude that he's, you know, developed around there, and they'll do a good job no matter who comes in.
Hey, he got hire right too.
You never want to make it about injuries, but I mean, the reality of it is that the defense was depleted with injuries.
Decimated.
Offensively. We talking about Gills, we talking about Montgomery, we talking about St. Brown, we talking about Jameson, we talking about Goff, we talking about Laporta. That shit was loaded.
Yeah.
That shit was loaded over there, dog.
God, that's so fun.
That shit was loaded. How good is Jared Goff?
Jared, man.
Fuck his last game. Because I think people want to talk about that. Fuck his last game. That's part of sports. Civilians. It's part of sports. We have bad games. How good is Jared Goff, dog?
Yeah, Jared can play, man. He can spin it too, man. He's a smart football player. Extremely accurate, and you know he just understands the flow of football as well. You know, he understands complementary football.
Yes.
He understands when to be aggressive, when not to be. But I just love that aggressive mentality that he has. Like he's always looking for the big play, trying to score a touchdown, trying to get that big completion. And you know, he's a guy who knows how to get his troops to rally around.
People don't understand how important that is.
Yeah,
how to be able to control that locker room.
Yeah,
how those guys follow you.
Yep, gotta have that camaraderie.
Gotta get those guys to follow you. And is that naturally the quarterback's job to be the leader of the locker room, or does it fall on to anybody?
Nah, it can fall on to anyone.
Because y'all make the most money, dog. So most of the time we looking at y'all like,
but at the same time, man, to whom much is given, much is expected. You know, so now your quarterback making all his money, he can't be in the locker room all day. You know, you got to be on top of your game plan. You got to know these protections. You got to know these audibles, these different things that might come up in the game, the kill game, run the pass. There's so much that goes on the quarterback plate to where he can't really spend too much time, you know, in the locker room BSing. But at the same time, you do got to have that balance, though. You do got to show your guys that, hey, I could touch you. You know, like, hey, man, my quarterback isn't somebody who I got to have an appointment to talk with, you know, so it's a fine line, and the great ones understand it, the great ones get it, like, and you can tell who the great ones are because they're when they hit the ground, you got 3 or 4 linemen picking them up off the ground, and the ones who don't get it, they're getting themselves off the ground and brushing the dirt off themselves. So it's a fine line, man. You got to have that balance.
It's a funny question because, again, being basketball guys, not football. We're not in the locker room.
Speak for yourself, Killer.
Well,
you talking about? I played tight end and defense. I'm about to ask you, Carl Dan.
You played in the NFL? I forgot about that.
I can't. Listen, I line up on that line. You run somebody in motion. All I need to know if they're in man or zone. If they're in man, I'm going to box his ass out. If they're in zone, I'm going to find a spot.
Hey, listen, so what I'm asking is it's interesting because obviously we just leave this week and Josh Allen plays Pat Mahomes and they're talking about Josh Allen's camp, but the doesn't play against Pat Mahomes. He plays against their defense. Right. Like in basketball, if I go get cooked by somebody, it's actually I got cooked by him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm curious because you talk about quarterbacks take a lot of responsibility and they got to run the locker rooms. They got to run. But like, how fair is it? And like, it's gonna be a hard question for you to answer. But how fair is it that the quarterback, again, if you make all that money, you're gonna be the one to get blamed. It's just like when we played. LeBron got blamed, right? Like that's what happens. But how fair is it? Because he doesn't play like Lamar. Doesn't play against the other side.
Right.
Doesn't play against Burrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? So give me your sense on that.
I mean, it's what we sign up for.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that answer.
I figured I was gonna
I like that answer, Ted.
Yeah, it's what we sign up for. Like, if you can't handle it, get out the kitchen.
You're
you
right.
know,
Yeah.
and
I agree with that. But it's like, but you see it all the time. Like, man, you can't beat
like,
Pat Mahomes. Man, ain't playing Pat Mahomes.
yeah. And I mean, it's not fair, but like I said, it comes with the job. You know, when you signed that contract and when you got those big bucks that, you know, if you go out there and I always tell people, if I go out there and throw a 1 yard completion and he runs 90 yards.
Congratulations.
Exactly.
I throw a 90 yard touchdown.
Love it.
You know?
Love
so
it.
you
They don't
go out
paint
there.
no picture, do they?
Right. So you go out there, you throw an interception, it comes with it. Like I go out there, I throw 3 interceptions, I gotta eat that. I gotta live with it. You know, just the same way as everyone praised me for throwing a 1 yard completion that went for 90. So, you know, it just comes with the territory, man. And it's like, if you can handle that, you can block all that out, man, you're going to be great.
So let me ask you a question, though. You got Dan's number?
Yeah.
After we get off, just tap in with him for me.
I got you,
I think I
man.
want to get back out there.
Oh,
Say
God.
less, say less,
Mother-
say less.
Hey,
Tight end?
Yeah, tight end.
911. What's your
You
emergency?
got to be able to block, though.
I could block him.
911. What's your
gotta
emergency?
block.
It's
Hey,
not
listen.
yet. It's gonna be in 4 months when he puts his pads on.
Killer, you act like I got your
You got to
back.
be able to block,
Coach, you got my
man.
back all the time. I appreciate it.
No,
but-
I ain't talking about your back. You act like I got your back.
Oh, shit.
You act like I got your back. You the one need 911. You still need 911. You still need 911. I can get out
I
there.
do. Hey,
Because you talk about it.
so I
Listen,
gotta get him off of this. So we got a DraftKings segment, okay? Perfect timing for it. Super Bowl prediction.
a
brought
black
to you by
quarterback going to
DraftKings.
win.
Huh?
A black quarterback going to win.
That's a great prediction. Hey, if you can get that on DraftKings, bet the house on it right
Bet the house on a black quarterback. Bet the house on a black quarterback.
That's a for sure
A
bet.
brother is bringing it home this year. I guarantee it.
A white offensive lineman's winning this game. No?
Yeah.
Who you got?
I don't even know, man.
I'm so
For one-
goddamn sick of the Chiefs. I can't take it no
For
more.
one, I don't even watch football. I
For
ain't gonna
real?
lie to you. I don't even watch, man. Like,
I know the feeling.
I can't. Like, when sports on, man, I block it all out. Now, Super Bowl, I probably watch for the commercials. You know what I mean? But
Bro, it's not. It becomes work for you, right?
Yeah,
You start
it's
critiquing
like,
and start paying attention to what people doing right and wrong, and why he ran this, why he did
But
that.
then I also sometimes, but see, it's gotten better though with Tom Brady and different people, Greg Olsen calling games. But
Okay.
when some of these guys call games, it's like, man, like, what are you talking
You know what
about?
though?
Like,
You know what though? I f***ed up. It's my bad. I should have asked the football expert. Who you got?
Oh, I'll tell you right now, Philly.
You're betting against Patty?
Yeah, I'm petting against. I'm sick of them, man. I'm sick of them, man. I ain't hating, but I'm sick of this.
though,
Yeah.
I'm sick of this, man.
It's tough,
I can't
man.
take it no more, man.
It's tough.
I ain't
And
gonna lie
then,
to
you
you.
know,
Everyone think I'm all doped up because I'd say I think Philly gonna win, but I'm not betting against Pat Mahomes. So it's like
I mean, that's hard, of
Yeah,
course. That's
yeah.
like betting against Brady and these people.
I
like,
know,
sir,
I know,
you ain't betting
I know.
against, but I would love for Philly to get.
so
I
DraftKings
like Philly.
bet of the week. Black quarterbacks win the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is.
Facts.
Speaking of quarterbacks, give me your top 5 quarterbacks present day.
It's tough. I don't watch enough football, man.
All right, we'll go back.
Damn.
We'll go back to the guy that plays football. What's your top 5 quarterbacks?
Present
Yeah.
in order.
No, just give me 5. Give me starting 5.
Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes.
We got Jalen Hurts up there.
Yeah, he's in my top 5.
Wow.
I had him on my fantasy too,
Wow.
by the way.
I
You
love
see his-
Jalen
you
Hurts.
See his numbers?
I mean, I got Lamar Jackson,
numbers?
Joe Burrow.
I ain't finished yet.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow in there. That's 4.
Okay.
My 5th, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
That's
Fucking-
5.
Man, gosh damn, we got some other slingers out there now, Coach.
You only asked for 5,
I
dog.
know. That's why I said.
For first of them, 2 of them in the MVP conversation, Lamar and Josh.
Yep.
So what the f you talking
and
about?
Pat's always an MVP.
Joe
candidate, just don't say
Burrow.
it.
Joe Burrow got that Jamar Chase.
love Joe
You can throw that
Burrow.
motherfucker from here to Baghdad. He gonna catch it.
Joe Burrow, man.
So
Broadway
with him
Joe.
and T.
Yeah.
Higgins, he got to be on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 right there. Who else would I
So
say?
you like Hurts better than golf? You like Hurts better than old boy and the Chargers?
Hell yeah, I like Hurts better than him.
Really?
You goddamn right. 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. You ever seen the tush push?
The tush push is amazing.
All right, then.
It's amazing.
Listen, and
So he gets credit for the tush push.
Yeah, he get credit for the tush push. You goddamn right.
What about the
He scored
7
a
dudes behind
touchdown.
him that pushed him up?
What about the 89 yards he took him down the field before he did the tush push?
Jalen Hurts is cold-blooded. It's a loaded question. I wanted to have a loaded question this way, but
Listen,
me and you are going to go back and forth.
I fuck with Jalen Hurts.
I do too. I fuck with him too.
I fuck with the backwards Kango and the Nino Brown swag he be showing up with. I fuck with Jalen Hurts, man.
Hey, listen, the in the Super Bowl twice. I ain't got to say. I think he's really, really good.
Listen, we talking about A.J. Brown. We talking about Devontae Smith. We talking about the tight end Goddard. He can throw the ball.
Hold on.
He does not throw the ball because you got Saquon Barkley.
We only got 2 gloves.
Running that from back front.
Let me get your top 5.
Touchdown to touchdown.
See, I'm trying to avoid it.
Yeah,
man.
I know you're trying to avoid it. But you know better than us.
Nah, like I said, I don't watch enough football, but I know Lamar.
I was right. I got that one right.
Oh, yeah.
Got to put Pat Mahomes.
I got that one right.
I put Josh Allen.
Got that one right.
Joe Burrow.
I got that one right.
Me and you, it all came down to one. And it's the hardest one.
Jalen Hurts.
Man.
I might even take old boy out there, my boy out there.
Ain't the Eagles about to be
Rams.
ain't the Eagles about to be in 2 of the last 3 Super Bowls?
I know, believe me. I
dive on your ass right now.
God, I don't want that problem. Hey, fucking Jalen Hurts. No, he cold. I love Jalen Hurts. That's not a knock on him.
This is splitting hairs.
100%.
This is apples and oranges. The last one is a preference.
100%.
Nah, my fifth though, it's tough, man.
The last one is
hard.
Matthew
To do.
Stafford's
it's hard to put 5 quarterbacks though, man, because
he ain't in my top.
like
5.
I like Jared Goff.
Thank you.
I like Geno.
Geno bad as hell.
I like Geno.
South Florida. Shout out Geno.
I like Jaden
sure.
Daniels.
Oh, Jaden Daniels.
I mean,
I ain't taking Jaden Daniels over Jalen Hurts. He need a few more mango
I like
seasons.
Jalen Hurts.
Jaden Daniels a bad.
He need a few more mango seasons.
Damn.
I ain't taking nothing away from him, but I ain't taking him over Jalen Hurts.
All right.
The hell wrong with y'all?
All right.
So yeah, it's hard to just put 5 quarterbacks.
Oh, no,
Teddy ain't watching no more. He clearly disconnected from that. And me and you gonna square off.
Hey man, UD. All right, fan questions, man. UD, fire off a fan question, man.
Oh man, I'm gonna go straight to this one then, and I ain't gonna even around with it. I'm gonna change the question. This question say, how was it being in the quarterback room with Tua? Damn that. How was it playing for the? How was it playing for the Dolphins? And do you see us getting to the mountaintop in my lifetime?
So
because it's been 24 goddamn years since we've been to the playoffs, and it's driving me crazy.
So Geo 305, he took your question and ad-libbed a little bit, but that's cool.
Said, man, it was great.
It was great.
Yeah, it was great.
I tell people all the time, man. I tell people all the time, dog. It's a double-edged sword playing at home. It ain't
playing at home was fun, man. It was fun. I got to sleep in my own bed every night, you know.
But the experience alone with the Dolphins was just straight, just normal, just average.
It was great.
Man, all these questions about the high school, I like that. Obviously, how was experience coaching and winning a championship? Man, I can answer that. You want me to answer that for you?
Yeah,
man, it was dope as shit, man. The young kids, we turned them into young men. They're getting scholarships to win a championship. Man, that's all I want to do, right?
That part.
All right, cool. What you got?
Question? Or
Yeah,
I just
fan question.
Fan question. How did he get accustomed to utilizing the 2 gloves? What did he
Oh, I got my question. You talked about playing in the dome.
Yeah.
Then we talk about, we're in Miami right now. He's a Miami Dolphin fan. The record of them never winning in cold places. Is that real?
Yeah, it's real.
Hell yeah.
Like when you get hit, is that, it's like, gosh,
man.
damn, what the fuck just happened?
Man. Listen, man.
100%. 100%.
Let me tell you something.
That motherfucker get hit, like, damn.
I knew for a fact we had a
glasses
chance
off,
of
yeah.
winning that game with Kansas City. Now, I wasn't going to say that because I'm a real fan.
Yeah.
I knew in way ahead
Better
we
chance
were
of
gonna
tongue kissing jaws.
win. That shit 8 degrees or something like that. Nah, man, we ain't had no chance.
Yeah.
But then you go on them turf fields, right? So I've been fortunate enough to be on a turf field in the dome, right? That ground hard as shit anyways.
Man, it's hard no matter what.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how y'all do that. Like, I was like, oh, them dudes, man, you get hit on that ground, it's like get hit on that concrete.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, man, it's like a car accident, man. Ooh. A wreck every time you hit. For one, you going 20 miles an hour, you going 18 miles an hour. It's a head-on collision. Then when you hit the turf, as hard as this floor, like you
That's
said.
what I'm saying. Man, I walked on my, like you talk about bad back. I walked on, I'm like, gosh, damn, this thing is like,
man, just standing on that turf, man, how your back, man, what we doing?
He said you all
You'll be all up, killer. Me, I'll bounce right back up, get ready for the next play, get in the huddle. Be all God damn, Mike hurt again. Come on, guys. God damn it. Here you go again. Here you go again.
Who needs enemies, huh?
Right.
Here you go again.
Man.
I got a question.
All right, go for it.
Detroit. Got to know somebody hang out there. You ever tapped into that ace of spade?
Nah.
Every now and then I'm in Detroit. But every now and then I'm in Detroit.
Hey, he like Toucan Sam when it comes to
listen, I just got people that got people.
Nah, I mean,
when I'm in Detroit,
whenever
ace of spade, y'all lie.
whenever I'm somewhere, man, for work, man, it's just work. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, like I fly home every off day.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
well, this year you just flew
you
down
did a
there for
good
playoff
job,
day.
boy, because I ain't never seen y'all here in these streets.
Yeah, I don't hang out.
I ain't never seen y'all here.
I don't
Until
hang
you
out.
fly home, man. Where you be at, boy? I ain't never seen you.
I be in Bunche Park.
Where you be outside?
Or I be
Boy,
at
don't be
West.
outside.
Nah, I be
So
in,
hold on, now, Bunche Park.
Yeah.
I'm enamored by Bunche Park now.
Yeah.
So football, basketball. What talk about Bunche Park here.
We got
It's a park.
everything, man.
I know, but like so there's hooping going on out there.
Yeah,
There's
so
football games on?
right now we don't have any organized basketball, but we got football. They doing some volleyball out there. We do some stuff, some tumbling. We got good after school programs too, robotics, different things, and I'm usually out there like 3 days out the week, just hooping with the kids.
I feel like I'd have thrived in Bunche Park.
Yeah, they got you might have man. You might have thrived at getting your money took.
You played for Bunche Park? You played? How many you played? A half a season?
He said, hey, you ain't catch. He said you got. So you didn't try to get your money took.
Oh yeah, really took it. But I'd have got it back for you because you're my dog.
I'd
have got it back for you. You my dog.
Yeah, some of his people, man. Squeak, man.
Uncle Squeak. God damn, everybody know Uncle Squeak. Everybody know my Uncle Squeak, man.
So I grew up with Squeak boys, man, with the twins and Pipe and Ant and them, man. So yeah, we all family.
That's family.
Yeah, we all. Yeah,
His family run Bunche Park.
Yeah, Dontavia, all them.
Yeah.
Me and Dontavia were classmates, man. Dontavia Snell.
Small world. Small world.
Yeah,
small
come
world.
on,
See,
man.
we
were classmates, man. So
person of the day.
But no, yeah, we actually they named the football field after me too at Bunche Park. Man.
Oh,
so
good. They
spent a lot of time there, man. And
I tell people this all the time, bro. And this is what you did and what you was able to do for these kids, and that's why your impact gonna go way beyond anything you'll ever know. These kids only know what they see every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So if you give them an opportunity to see something different, that's when they know something different is available to them.
No doubt.
But if they don't see it, they won't know. I tell people all the time, I had never been to South Beach until I got in the NBA. I ain't even crossed the bridge.
Nope.
We went to Hollover Beach. You took your ass to Hollover Beach.
Yep.
You didn't go to South Beach.
I still go to Hollow.
Yeah, I didn't know what was over there. I didn't know about that even. That's people say that's Miami. That wasn't my Miami. I didn't even know about that Miami. So the opportunity that he's giving these kids to see something different, that lets them know there's something different out there for them. And that's just give them an opportunity to dream. That's the biggest thing you could do is give them a chance to dream, dog.
That's perfect for your OG advice, man.
Oh,
give us some OG advice for the day before we get out of here, man.
Man, keep dreaming. It's out there for you. Keep dreaming. You know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes open. Keep your head down. Stay prayed up, man. And don't miss the signs.
Don't miss the sign.
Yes, sir.
Teddy, man, we appreciate you coming in, bro. For real,
sure.
big time fan.
Big time fan.
Skull, like Skull.
Look at Skull.
love what you're doing, bro.
Exactly, Skull. Doom, doom. See? Yeah, let's hey, play. Doom, doom. Skull. Hey, come on, look at this shit right.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins #1.
OG's out.